So here's a little update on this channel and kind of what I've been finding for myself as I've been doing this a little bit. First of all, I've been finding that I'm really busy, which is good. I mean, it means that I'm doing the things that I want to do because I've really pared down a lot of the different things that I do into small pockets and cut out a lot of extracurriculars that don't really bring any value to my life. But this is one of the more important things to me. And the more that I've been doing this, the more that I find that I have focus and drive, and I'm actually making progress in a lot of the areas that I want to make progress in. But one of the things that I've found is that if I want to do this, I need to have a little bit more of a plan, a little bit more of structure, a little bit more of an idea of what I'm aiming for. And so originally when I had started this thing, I knew that I was going to be adjusting kind of how the channel worked and stuff as I went, because it's a learning process. You know, I've never vlogged before. I mean, now I do, right? But I hadn't ever done it before, so I didn't know what kind of work was going to go into it, or what all would be required of me to do it. But now I'm starting to get an idea of how much time it's going to take to make a video, how much time it's going to take to upload and put tags and descriptions and thumbnails and, you know, all that stuff. And I knew a little bit of that, you know, from doing other YouTube things before, but just sort of seeing how it's going to fit into my actual schedule now, it's becoming more clear what I should aim for, at least in the beginning, and see kind of where things go from there. So here is my rough plan, my rough idea, my rough outline, so to speak, of how this channel is going to work. First of all, Thursdays, I'm planning on having materials that are or content that's going to be more helpful for worship leaders, specifically. You know, general stuff about leadership or whatever, and just like moving forward in life, like that kind of thing, stuff that I'm working through personally. That's going to be on other days. But Thursday is going to be days where I have, like, this is how to do an audition. This is how to, whoa, a bug just flew by my camera. This is going to be Thursday is going to be like a day where I'm planning on having a series coming out soon where I just explain the Nashville numbering system, and how, not just to understand it, but also how to teach it to band members, and why that might be helpful. So it's like that kind of stuff is like very specific for worship leaders, band leaders for churches. And then on Sundays, I'm not sure kind of what I'm going to do on Sundays yet. Let's move on to a different day that I'm a little bit more sure of. Tuesdays, my plan on Tuesdays is to have some kind of music, just some kind of new music, whether that's a song that I wrote that's taken a little bit more time to put together, if it's something that I've done like an improvisational thing, like I've done a few times here with an improvisational piano stuff. So you can just know that like Tuesday is going to be the day when, if you show up on the channel, there's going to be some kind of new music to listen to. And it's probably going to all have a similar flavor, just because that's what happens when you have one person making music. But I do plan on trying to do some collaborations with some people and bring in some friends in to play some music and to write some stuff together. Because of that, I think that'll kind of mix it up and keep it a little bit fresh too. So it's not just the same thing all the time, just like it's always piano music, or it's always Ted just fiddling around on a guitar, or it's just, you know, some other ethereal music that he makes or whatever. So stay tuned on Tuesdays, because I think that's going to be kind of like a really fun part of this channel to see kind of what happens with that. And my hope with Tuesdays is that over time it's just going to develop into having a bunch of little mini albums just sitting here on YouTube that you guys can listen to or share with friends whenever you want, or that I can listen to. Honestly, whenever I listen to music that I've written like I try to write them while having like a worshipful mindset and like thinking about God and stuff. And so when I'm listening back to it, it's kind of a reminder for me that's one of the ways that I connect with God. So anyway, that's Tuesdays. Now, Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. It's a lot of days left over, right? And what I've been finding is that if I really try to get content out on Saturdays and Sundays, that ends up making my Friday makes Friday tougher because for me, Friday has always been a day that I really try to rest and refresh and do only things that refresh me. And that might change from Friday to Friday. There are a lot of Fridays, honestly, we're doing this kind of thing. It's extremely refreshing. It's extremely calming and relaxing. Like right now, I think it's 7 in the morning, and Lisa, my wife, is at work right now, and the kids are still sleeping, and I'm choosing to do this because this is a refreshing, relaxing exercise for me. But some Fridays, I want to be able to like go out with the family and not take a camera with, because I just need to make sure that I'm focusing on them and that kind of stuff. So I don't always record a whole bunch of stuff on Fridays or edit a lot of videos on Fridays, just because I need to kind of keep that open to whatever in the moment is going to be the most refreshing and relaxing for me. So because of that, Saturdays and Sundays, I think are going to be a little bit up in the air whether or not there's going to be content. So what I would say is like weekends are a good time to not necessarily expect fresh content right now. There might be some. So that's a good excuse to maybe turn on notifications or something. If you really want to keep up to date, you can click the notification bell if you're watching this on a mobile device, and then you can actually keep up what happens on random days when posts pop up that aren't necessarily planned. So for sure we've got something on Tuesday, something every Thursday, and we might have content popping up on Saturdays and Sundays. Now that leaves Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, my plan is to do this kind of thing, like where I just kind of talk into the camera about whatever. And a lot of time that's going to be kind of a result of my quiet time in the morning, kind of a way for me to journal and archive what I'm talking to God about, what I'm just thinking about in life in general, kind of what stuff is happening in my life. Just because, I don't know, I find it interesting and fun to be able to share, but then also hopefully you guys find it valuable too. I like to think that there's some kind of tidbit or some kind of encouraging thing that I say over the course of a video or whatever that will make those Monday, Wednesday, Fridays valuable for you guys. And you guys can also leave comments too if there's a specific type of content that you'd like to see me do as well. I'm open to suggestions for sure. So if you're like, hey, could you talk about this? Or what do you do when it comes to parenting? I don't know. I really don't know. But you guys might have a better idea. So anyway, leave some of those comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys would like to see from this channel. But that's my plan so far. So just kind of a recap, weekends are a little bit up in the air, but Tuesdays are for sure new music day. Thursdays are worship leader specific stuff. And then Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are general vlogging. But they're going to center around kind of who I am as a person. So I'm guessing we'll probably have some conversations about music. We're probably going to be talking about leadership, probably going to talk about personal development, probably going to be talking about just processing through things in life and trying to figure out how we move forward in life, and how, like, kind of maybe even like some of the things that I'm coming up against and how I'm moving past them, and having a conversation with you guys in the comments, honestly, is a really big one. So if you guys start some cool conversations down below, we'll have them, and I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you for liking the videos, for sharing this with friends that you think that might enjoy this kind of just sort of chill talk hangout session. And yeah, thanks so much for hanging with me today, guys. Peace.